Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. Today I have a table full of bonsai Korean Hornbeam, which is considered very rare. This size Korean Hornbeam will be hard to find. You can find smaller sizes than these seedlings, and these are very old venerable ones. Basically, there were probably several hundred imported from Japan, nice old ones from Japan and maybe Korea even. But not many of those 50 years or so ago, 50, 100 years ago, not very many of them remaining, and they are incredibly valuable. So the question is that why are they so valuable? So let me show you these trees. The reddish trunk with the little striation, the young growth, characteristic of birch trees. So this is in the birch family. Therefore, water it amply because they love water. And then you can see the bark is starting to break up, and then eventually the bark becomes the characteristic white of the birch tree, and then it will have cracks, fissure to give an interesting characteristic. So that's what the Korean Hornbeam would do. They are very slow-growing trees, as far as I know. Like this tree and this tree, I grew them from a 5-gallon tree probably 25 years ago. And so that's how slow they grow. And that these two in the last video shows the differences in growth rate when you put this tree and this tree, one in growing pot and one in bonsai pot, the difference in size. And they in fact were bought the same size at the same time. So what makes Korean Hornbeam desirable? Well, there are many. It's in the birch family, so the trunk is very interesting white. And the leaves of the Korean Hornbeam is the smallest of all of the hornbeam, including Japanese hornbeam and American hornbeam. The leaves is about, I would say, a little bit bigger than ½ inch, and then will reduce to about 3/8, and very soft, uniform green, soft green, and then uniform yellow in the fall. So it's very desirable from a foliage standpoint. One other advantage that it's often not recognized is that they have a lot of ramification. You look at these trees, they tend to break out a lot of buds, and then they will break out again after you cut it, so that they will ramify very quickly to create a nice winter silhouette. So basically, you can enjoy fall leaves and then eventually winter silhouette. And the good thing about winter silhouette is that you can keep the dormant tree indoor. All bonsai can be kept indoors several weeks at a time. But in the case of hornbeam, because of the interesting ramification, you may want to keep it throughout the winter indoor, because dormant, it does not need much sunlight. It doesn't photosynthesis. So therefore, you can keep it indoor. Just don't keep your room too warm. I found good advice is healthy to keep the room temperature around 70 or 69 degrees, lower wasteful of power, and makes you more energetic. And that should be fine with the hornbeam indoor. You don't want to be too high a temperature to make it wind up leaf out to think it's springtime. I bought this 3 years ago, a stump, and you can see how beautiful. I cut back most of the redundant growth to just a basic and let it grow out again. That is a beautiful way to do it, because now you can see the wonderful structure of the tree, the turn, the angle, everything's under control. And it's very easy to trim, 2 minutes each time, probably 2 or 3 times a year. And after a couple of years, it would be quite full. I cut it back to essentially nothing, and it's come back probably like this much, and now it's come back to this much. And so if I work on it, it will ramify very quickly. And you can see I tied this with a tie wire. I don't like to wire because it's too time consuming. I can, but you can see this branch is already in place. So basically the design is that this is a triangle, right? So this one wants to be kept long. I will in fact keep moving it down. So, so that's what I will do, and show you the clipping of turning this tree into a nice looking bonsai. It's very easy to use a tie wire to change the angle. And then I say, well, I wanted to branch out here. Oh, well, no harm in branching it out here. And now I can always reduce it later. Changing height is easy. Changing the length is easy. And I think I'll make the apex about here. This is way too long in a way, but I can let it go, see if it will clip out. Once it's taken, looks nice. If I cut it here, the tree will branch, would turn like this and go like this and go like this, so which should be okay. And then the other possibility, when these all shoot out, I'll cut it off here so it's a much shorter apex. But that's an easy adjustment later on. You can imagine this tree when it fills up. It's hard to imagine now, but it will. It will look quite nice. So that ends my story about the 3 older trees. These are 2 25-year-old that I bought in a 5-gallon can. This one is large because I grew it in a growing pot. This branch died off. I use it as a design feature. And then this one is grown in a bonsai pot, much more civilized. And then this one I bought a stump 3 years ago, and I've been working on it. This is a little branch about this size. Now it's this size. And in 5 years time frame, it will be very nice. And I will show you this every 3 to 6 months to show its progress. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. Subscribe to our channel and tell a friend. And most importantly, go to our website and sign up to become our VIP so that we can send you announcements of special considerations. Thank you very much. See you next week.